I'm the Urban Rajah and I love curry. In fact, we've been enjoying Indian cuisine in Britain for over 200 years. But if you think you know Indian food, think again. It's a cuisine that's been evolving for over a millennia, but I'm interested in the dishes beyond the ones we commonly know. So join me on a food adventure with Kingfisher beer. It's a food adventure that's unstoppable. It's the real taste of India. So we're going to head up to the snowy Himalayas and we're going to go to Kashmir. Kashmir, which is just populated by these ornate houseboats that sit on glacial emerald lakes, steep mountainsides, aristocratic valleys, and their food legacy is all around rich, lavish, opulent ingredients like saffron, crushed cardamom, milk. It's a very, very rich, opulent food culture. But we're going to just try one dish today. These are heavenly lamb chops, kambaga, and we're going to simmer them in milk and cardamom and saffron, and we're going to take you back a couple of centuries. To get us started, we want some of those aromatic spices yielding all those goodies. So what we're going to do, into our pan, over a medium kind of heat, is throw in about 60 ml of water. And what we're going to do is just pop in a gorgeous cinnamon stick. We're going to put in with our cinnamon stick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cloves. I love using black cardamom. So I'm going to take 4 of those and we're going to put them into our pestle and mortar. We'll get rid of the husks because what we're really looking for is just the seeds. All of that goes in, bang. Chucking about half a dozen or so bay leaves. I'm going to take some fennel powder. I'm going to take about a teaspoon. So that goes in. I'm going to just take a dash of salt as well, just to season it. I can smell this aniseedy fennel scent coming through as well, and that is perfect. So now it's time for the lamb chops to join the party. And they just go straight into the pan. So all of our chops go in. Now the next thing, once they've just got a little bit of colour on each side, we're then going to add in some whole milk. The whole milk will start to tenderise the lamb, so that when we put a spice jacket on these little lamb chops, they will taste so deliciously tender. And next, and this is the key bit, we're going to add in about half a litre or so of whole milk, and then the pan goes eerily quiet. And the reason why it needs to be whole milk is that after about 10 minutes or so is we'll start to see the milk cling to the lamb chops like a long lost lover. So that's what we're looking for. So I'm just going to leave the milk just to soak in. And whilst that's happening, we're going to make the spice jacket for it, which we're going to be coating the lamb chops in. I am just going to add just a pinch of saffron to the pan. Whilst that's cooking away, we're going to make a little spice jacket. And into our spice jacket, I've got about 120, 150 ml or so of just Greek yogurt. We're going to take a teaspoon of some Kashmiri chili powder. You can use any kind of chili powder or cayenne pepper if you've got that and prefer it. And then we're taking 2 teaspoons of garam masala. All of that goes in. I'm just going to give that a little mix around. And what you'll end up with is actually, it's just really fragrant and aromatic. It's kind of like a ready brown sort of spice marinade or kind of spice jacket, and that's what we're going to dunk our lamb chops in. So our chops are good to go. They've been bubbling in the pan with the milk for about kind of 10-15 minutes, but long enough for the milk to reduce and it start to cling to the chops. So we're going to just take them off the heat now just to cool down a little bit. Just remove those, pop those into this pan. So our chops are just cooled, and what we're going to do is just dunk them in to our spice jacket. So all of those just go in. I want to coat them good and proper so they're lovely and totally coated. Now, into another pan here, what I have is some gram flour. So from the yogurt into gram flour, and enough gram flour, and the reason I use gram flour is it's chickpea flour, is that it really crisps up really nicely in the pan. So we're just going to dunk those in there. Make sure that your chops are thoroughly coated in this spice jacket. You don't want to waste any of this stuff, and you want to make sure that once the chops are in with the gram flour, they get thoroughly coated. Into our pan, I'm using enough oil, rapeseed oil, vegetable oil, whatever is your preference. I'm using enough oil, kind of like a couple of centimetres of oil to go into the pan. And I can hear the oil popping in the pan, which tells me it's kind of virtually there to go. And what you're looking to do is, because the lamb is pretty much already cooked, you know, remember we poached them in that milk liquor earlier on. So what we're really looking to do is just get a lovely crispy spice coating happening here. So you only really need to cook these chops on each side like a couple of minutes or so until you see them turn this gorgeous sort of tanned caramelly colour on the outside, and then you know they're good to go. Job's a good one. Wow, these look amazing. So these chops are done. Leave those just to drain off, and then we're going to devour them. Get into them, Mughal style. So let's plate up. Just going to dust that with a little bit of coriander, fresh coriander. And then just a squeeze of lemon over the top, just to make all of those flavours absolutely sing. Let's just sink our teeth into one of these. Those are totally and utterly off the scale. Kashmiri lamb chops totally rock. To get your spice buds going with more tasty dishes like this, head to Kingfisher Beer UK on Facebook and urbanrajah.com.